Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today coming your way we have Cars 3 versus the NASCAR at Talladega Super Speedway for the Geico 500. What happens when we put some of Cars 3's biggest stars versus NASCAR's biggest stars? We're about to find out. The three main drivers we have, I'm driving as Lightning McQueen, but there's also a few extra cars in the field from the Cars 3 movie. But of course we have Lightning McQueen and I'm going to be driving as this number 95 Toyota Rusty Camry here, so very excited to see what we can do. Jackson Storm, definitely got to watch out for him, the villain of course of the Cars 3 series. And then we have CRUZ Ramirez as well here racing today in that Dynaco number 51 Toyota Camry here. So like I said, other than those three, we also have a few extra drivers that you're going to see throughout this race, and that's going to be Daniel Suarez, Chase Race-A-Lot, as well as Bubba Wheelhouse. So there's a few extra drivers, as well as Ryan Laney. So keep an eye out for those drivers. You'll see them throughout this race as the Geico 500 Cars 3 versus NASCAR was underway with Lightning McQueen going down into turns 1. Last time we did this was actually for the Daytona 500, and we had Lightning versus Jackson Storm right down to the end of that race, and then McQueen would come out on top. But now we've added more cars. It's not just McQueen versus Jackson Storm. Now it's McQueen, Storm, Ramirez, as well as Laney, Bubba Wheelhouse, Daniel Suarez, as well as Chase Race-A-Lot, and the real NASCAR versions of those drivers are in here as well. Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, Chase Elliott, as well as Ryan Blaney. A little bit of a background here on the driver that we are using, Lightning McQueen. He, in the Cars universe, has 88 career wins as well as 7 Piston Cup wins, which one of those was actually a tiebreaker for one of those wins. And of course, as you guys know, had Doc Hudson as his crew chief throughout his career. Now as we go down into turns 1, you can see that just 6 laps here in stage 1 of McQueen up into the top 25. There you see CRUZ Ramirez. By the way, I'm going to have the templates of the cars that I have made linked in the description for this video if you want to download them, if you know how to mod NASCAR E5. The 95 not being one of them. Actually, that was made by a community member of mine, but I made the other ones of Jackson Storm, Ramirez, Race-A-Lot, as well as Ryan Laney and Bubba Wheelhouse. So now McQueen 4 wide with Ryan Priest in the 2-car, Matt DiBenedetto in the 10 on the far top. You see modded cars everywhere. If you're maybe brand new to my channel, you can notice pretty much every car is modded. We even have Lewis Hamilton here on the inside. This is all from my NASCAR Heat 5 career mode series. Now, as we look to the right hand side there in the 21 is Ryan Laney there, based off of the car he ran in the Cars 3 movie. Up ahead in that purple and yellow car, you can see Daniel Suarez in that number 19 Toyota Camry. Now, as back when the Cars 3 released, of course it was in 2017. So Suarez, of course, in that 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing that year. Now as we're moving McQueen up towards the top 10 very early on. So far a really good start to this race now as McQueen makes a move to the outside of the number 33 of Austin Cindric. There you see Chase Race-A-Lot now, real version of course being Chase Elliott, the now one-time Cup Series champion. Jackson Storm up here in the top 10 as well, just in front of Lightning, his biggest rival here in recent memory. Now as Lightning was wasting no time trying to make a move on Storm, side drafting very significantly right there. They got very close out of the tri-oval down into turns 1, but McQueen up into now the 8th spot, actually giving a big push there to the back of the number 44 of Lewis Hamilton. Now as he's going to look up the inside, Race-A-Lot back up inside of the top 5 here now, as it was Bubba Wheelhouse currently leading the way. Now as you see, McQueen's going to go 3 wide in the middle here now, as we're going to get right to the back of that number 45 of Derek Kraus. Now as you continue to see that number 6 of Bubba Wheelhouse out in front now, as McQueen here on the front straightaway going into the travel now actually crosses over the 45 of Kraus. There was some contact, and around goes the number 45 McQueen involved. He went into the wall, and now we have multiple cars involved in an incident at the end of stage 1. The caution comes out. Bubba Wheelhouse gets the stage victory, and McQueen down here in 13th place after that incident there. Just a misjudgment right there, as he was trying to cross over Kraus to go up the inside of him coming to the final lap in stage 1. Unfortunately, when he did that, he actually just ever so slightly clipped him in the back bumper, and it doesn't take much at a track like Talladega to take someone out, and that's all it took right there. So McQueen, unfortunately, is going to have to give up a lot of track position to come in and repair the car. So he goes all the way to the back. So he had already moved his way from the back towards towards the top 10 once, well, he has to do it again now as this second stage is underway. The drama builds here from Talladega Superspeedway for the Geico 500 now. At the moment, it's Cars 3 winning versus the NASCAR drivers with Bubba Wheelhouse out in front there at the end of stage 1. But can he hold on? Still 6 more laps here in stage 2, and then, of course, yet longer stage 3 coming your way here in a few minutes' time now. So McQueen cannot waste any time whatsoever. He has to be aggressive, has to start moving his way throughout the field as quickly as possible. A stack up in front there, and he's going to jump up to the top. You can see up ahead, a few rows ahead, is that number 51 of CRUZ Ramirez. Not a good start for her so far throughout this race, but of course McQueen, teammates pretty much with CRUZ Ramirez. These two could definitely link up, work together, and try to work their way towards the front here, and that's exactly what the plan was going to end up being here for Lightning McQueen as well as CRUZ Ramirez. First lap, though, of the second stage definitely was not ideal for McQueen, as he was still down at the very bottom of the grid. So definitely need to get it going here, because now just 5 laps remain in this second stage. There you see Ramirez as well continuing to fall down the order now, as McQueen's going to get to the back of Bubba Wallace, but then jump up for a brief moment right behind Timmy Hill as well as Ramirez here on this top line. And this right here was McQueen actually trying to side draft Timmy Hill to get connected with Ramirez so they can actually become draft partners like this right there. And then as we went down into turns 3, McQueen's trying to, of course, get Ramirez to drop down to the bottom, which gives them the best opportunity to move their way to the front of this pack before stage 2 comes to an end. Of course, trying to work their way forwards as far as they can. Now, as CRUZ Ramirez, as you guys know, won the 2017 Florida 500 with Lightning McQueen. McQueen started the race, Ramirez finished the race, so they actually both won the 2017 Florida 500 now, if you remember from that Cars 3 movie. And what I would like you guys to put in the comments, what was your favorite Cars movie? 1, 2, or 3? Personally, I really liked 1 and 3 the most. It was really close between both of those, and then as well as the second one. Definitely wasn't quite much as a fan, but I still enjoyed it. So like I said, let me know what one was your favorite and why as well now, as we were now with McQueen and Ramirez closing in on the top 20, but it came through to the final lap now of stage 2. It was actually the 77 of Daniel Suarez. You might be wondering, why is Suarez in the 77? That is just because he is modded into that car, that custom car that I made myself in our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode now. As you can see, right in front of Ramirez, you got Ryan Laney in that number 21 Ford Mustang now, as we head off into the tri-oval for the final time there now, as McQueen just about made a move up the inside right there, but then actually backs out of it. Coming to the line, it's going to be P21 in stage 2. So they did not do anywhere near as good of a job here of moving to the front as McQueen did in stage 1, but the situation was a little bit different this time. We're now not just trying to put McQueen himself up at the front, we're trying to help CRUZ Ramirez as well, as Jackson Storm up in second place. We know how fast he is, and right now having a tremendous race so far now as we get ready for the start of this third and final stage now. No pit stops necessary. We get ready to go green from the 21st position. McQueen, Ramirez, Laney all around each other here now, as the green flag is going to be back out, and it's only going to be 9 laps to go in this race for the Geico 500 at Talladega Superspeedway. Who's going to come out on top between the Cars 3 drivers and then in general Cars 3 versus NASCAR? We're about to find out. Of course, NASCAR has quite the upper hand compared to the Cars 3 cars now, as you're going to see McQueen immediately abandon the inside. Nope, we're going to try and help CRUZ Ramirez get back to the inside here now. Teamwork could definitely be the way to win this race, so we're trying to make sure we have a teammate to work with throughout the remainder of this race, or at least to the final few laps now, as you can see with Laney moving his way forwards now. So McQueen is going to be giving up some track position right here, but if he can get to the bottom behind Eric Jones and that number 7 McLaren on the inside, then that's going to be a nice opportunity to start moving their way forwards. Up ahead still, that number 77 of Daniel Suarez now, as you're going to see Ramirez and McQueen drop down to the inside, getting past Lewis Hamilton in that number 44 car. Joey Logano on the very top there in that 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang. Nice to race around Joey Logano in a mode where he's not going to intentionally try and crash me all the time now, as we came through turns 1 and 2. Up in the middle, you can see Jackson Storm, who finished second in stage 2. He is now falling down the order here as his third stage gets underway. A little little bit of information on Jackson Storm, coming out of Los Angeles, California. Started in the 2017 season, and he is a one-time Piston Cup Series champion now. So, of course, a very strong competitor when it comes to the Piston Cup Championship, and right now running not so great. McQueen gets by along with Ramirez, and that's a big move right there because you see Storm, he's still stuck on the top, so he might have been strong in stage 1 as well as stage 2, but he's got himself in the wrong spot here in this third and final stage, and that could probably actually take him completely out of the equation for this race victory now. So now it could come down between McQueen and Ramirez, or potentially Bubba Wheelhouse, Ryan Laney, who's on the outside of McQueen, maybe Chase Racelot or Daniel Suarez will have something now as we close in on the final few laps of this race here from the Talladega 500, or Geico 500 at Talladega Superspeedway now, as Chase Elliott was actually just behind McQueen in that Napa Autopart Chevrolet for McLaren Racing Team in this NASCAR Heat 5 modded series now, as continuing though to move their way forwards. McQueen and Ramirez up inside the top 10, and there was Bubba Wheelhouse a few spots up ahead trying to get up to the front. 3 laps to go in Talladega, running out of time quick, but we're close enough to the front to definitely make something happen here. So who's going to come out on top now? As you see, McQueen, Ramirez continuing to work together now, pushing Ramirez up into 4th place, and McQueen is up the inside of the number 48 Hendrick Motorsports driver of Alex Bowman, and that will put McQueen into the top 5 as soon as he can get in front of him. That is, as he's working with that number 77 of Daniel Suarez. Bubba Wheelhouse goes up to the top and decides to completely throw away potentially a race victory now, as we came through to just 2 laps to go. McQueen now pushing Ramirez forwards, but then in the background, the number 11 Monster Energy Toyota Camry is going to be out of this race as the caution comes out with 2 laps to go in the Geico 500 Talladega Superspeedway 2-lap shootout. Cars 3 versus NASCAR drivers. Who is going to come out on top now? McQueen was 3rd place at the time of the caution. Ramirez 2nd place. So at this point, you don't have teammates. You're going for the race victory, and McQueen knows exactly what he has to do. A 7-time Piston Cup champion, 88 wins, trying to make it now 89 now, as it's Christian Eckes in the Red Bull leading the way back to the green flag. 2 laps remain as overtime is underway here from Talladega Superspeedway. Chase Elliott, Bubba Wheelhouse on the row behind, as well as William Byron in that number 88 car in the mix as well. McQueen not wasting any time though, going 3 wide for the lead through turns 1, but not enough of a run there, and when he tried to cut to the left, he actually got into the back ever so slightly of that number 83 of Christian Eckes, and that allowed him to actually, instead of fall back, go further forwards now. So here comes Bubba Wheelhouse trying to go through the middle. Ramirez still 2nd place. Suarez now to the outside, as Bubba Wheelhouse is on a late charge here. He's going to go to the inside and try and take the lead away, coming to the final lap of this race. A big push for McQueen from the 9 of Elliott now, as they get disconnected very quickly though, and here comes McQueen right to the back of Bubba Wheelhouse, coming to the final lap of this race here from Talladega Superspeedway now, as is a big push for Suarez from that number 17 car as they come through the tri-oval here. Eckes remaining on that quarter panel just about, but now gets cleared by Wheelhouse as the white flag is in the air. Final lap underway now, and McQueen does not hesitate to try and make a move up the inside. It doesn't quite pay off right there into turns 1 now as they come through the center of the corner here. Now Elliott with a big push from behind to that back bumper of Lightning McQueen. He's going to have a huge run down this back straightaway. He goes to the outside. He's going to try and deke out the number 6 of Bubba Wheelhouse. It gets to the inside now, quarter panel side draft, and then gets right alongside, even into turns 3 and 4 for the final time here from Talladega Superspeedway. Elliott behind. Does anybody have anything left now as Wheelhouse on the top? Here comes Suarez in the middle behind, as is he going to have enough of a run now? He's got some help from the 17 of Chris Buescher now, and sure enough, yes, he does have a run, and that's going to force McQueen to try and push Suarez up the track and break the 2 of them up now side by side to the line. Suarez wins in a photo finish at Talladega Superspeedway. Completely caught McQueen off guard right at the end. That was a huge push, and Suarez wins in a photo finish over Lightning McQueen. So the NASCAR drivers end up coming out on top, but of the Cars 3 drivers, Lightning McQueen comes out on top of that battle. But unbelievable finish that was right there in our NASCAR Heat 5 Geico 500 at Talladega Superspeedway. Cars 3 versus NASCAR. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time of your day to watch this episode. It really does mean a lot to me. If you want to see something like this again in the future, have more ideas for something like a concept like this, make sure to let me know as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.